Marky Dragon, also known as Marcus Eikenberry in real life, and welcome to the very first roundtable for Nether, the exciting game that is survival, it is Sandbox, it is PvP, and I want to be there with my guns shooting all of you. So, okay. Hello, everybody here on the roundtable. Welcome. Thank you for joining us. If I can point out a couple of people, we've got Yeti Nation, who is one of our stream team for this game. We've got Saint, who's also part of the stream team.
Yo, yo, what's up?
Yes, Saint.
He likes yo-yos. Yeah, he's gonna knock you the fuck out with his yo-yo.
I want that in the game now.
I want it in the game too. Truthfully,
goodness.
I do.
Oh, man.
Look at us being all demanding.
So, and we got Brian here, who's part of the stream team.
Okay.
Hey, Brian.
Hey.
And then we've got Dakota. Welcome, Dakota. How are you today?
Silent.
I think he's muted.
I think his mic might be muted.
He's silent but friendly?
Well,
I
if
don't
there's
know.
wolves involved.
Well, maybe that's silent but deadly.
Unfortunately.
So, yeah, Brett is the fart of the joke, and the silent but deadly. Okay. So, anyway, he can work on his mic, and so...
Going for our coffee? Okay.
What did you guys think of that gameplay you just saw? That was actually when a safe zone gets compromised, and you have to take it back.
That's actually pretty interesting to me.
Safe zones aren't always safe.
Safe. Exactly.
I like that. There needs to be more games where you can't always just, oh yeah, by the way, I'm in a spot where I can't be hurt. You know, and no, nothing's sacred. Nothing's sacred.
Yeah, there's good risk in this, and just looking at these videos, I'm like, holy cow, this looks beautiful too. So the graphics are definitely top notch. Which is a lot of things. There's a lot of great games. Like last hour we were talking about 7 Days to Die, which has great gameplay, but it looks like crap compared to this. And
I think
doesn't diminish it as a game, but
Yeah, but it looks a lot better than Minecraft.
Yeah.
I wouldn't touch Minecraft because of their graphics. The alpha for 7 Days is the graphics are substantially better. And I think they'll even be better when they final release.
So, Yeti, you were saying?
I think it's eye candy, but then it comes down to what type of computer is going to be required to run this type of game.
That's a
what
good
are going to be
question.
the minimum specs and things like that? Because this is early footage. There's a lot of particles. There's a lot of detail. So how demanding is it going to be on processors and GPUs and stuff?
I think we're going to find out soon.
I can say this though: the Unreal Engine has been tested, battle tested, if you would say. It's been out for so long that if the programmers and coders and developers do their job right, it can be optimized for every system, almost. Not on every system, but it can be very well optimized because it's the Unreal Engine.
Eminently
That's true.
scalable.
But another question is on lower graphics, is there going to be things that are going to be removed, such as maybe fog or smoke? Is it going to give a player an advantage to play on lower settings and high settings and things like that?
Oh, yeah, because we experienced that in another game where, you would turn the graphics down and the foliage would disappear. And that was an issue because it was, it just... evil's eating a candy bar. It caused a competitive advantage by running at lower graphics, and I want to have the same competition at the same time as I've got the highest graphics possible. I only want to lower them if I don't have enough system resources to do it.
To be fair, the screenshots that they show, just screenshots that they have, look a lot better than the in-game footage we're seeing right now. So we can, from just comparing the two, it seems like the graphic settings are lowered for them to get better frame rate since it is an alpha, and you see the foliage in there. It's very low res. It's not high res grass. That, you know, comparing it to Infestation, where there's so much foliage everywhere. Everywhere you go, there's grass, there's vines, there's trees. Here, I think they benefit from it being an urban environment, that they can get away with a lot of that stuff.
Yeah.
I just love the particles.
Say again, Brett?
I just love the particles when I was watching videos, like just going through like a city and seeing dust and everything fly through. That's just amazing. Seeing stuff like that.
Yeah, on their Facebook page, they have a video where they did a fly through, and what did they say that the maximum height of buildings was?
Up to 20 stories.
Up to 20 stories, and you can get up there.
Yes.
So they say almost every building is accessible, and that is. It totally changes the dynamic on this because we're not just looking over the landscape now. Now you're always having to watch your top too.
Yeah, 3-dimensional warfare.
Yep. It looks pretty. Gosh, I'm into it.
No, definitely. It's gonna come down to, for me, you know, like one of my viewers said, graphics are great. But it comes down to gameplay. Like, if the gameplay isn't spot on, especially in a PvP type of game, then that becomes an issue. But I think if they're able to have solid gameplay with the graphics they have, wow, phenomenal. I'm so excited.
I agree with that. Like, PvP is like huge for me, and I just like the game's got to feel good, you know.
Yeah, you got to be able to see the guy when you shoot him in the forehead from a mile away, right?
Right.
Yeah.
I was I like how they had first person, the way it looked with their iron sights. Like, I saw some videos in the iron sights, and that's just the sound and everything sounded amazing. Like shooting a gun, it sounded so good.
Yeah. So we're getting closer to the release of this game, and so that's why we've chosen this time to start our roundtables. I don't have any exact dates yet that they've announced, but I'm sure that they will be, and I think that announcements are going to be coming sometime soon. And so now, have you guys seen this other PvP video? This PvP version 2, they're calling it?
No.
Let's play it for everybody here on the stream. So you guys take a look at the stream here, and then we can pick it apart after we watch it. It's only just a couple minutes long.
So it looks like there's probably some items. Oh, you guys see those two guys down there by the convenience mart?
Yeah, Sam, one in the tower, another guy in back.
Yeah, by the fire. Alright, let's head down there. Try and get what they have.
Yeah, use that pillar plume of smoke as reference when we get down. We'll know where it is.
It's clear down here.
Yep.
Alright, let's split up. Let me take Will and let's go through the building. Travis, why don't you go on the side?
Alright, David, just come with me.
Yeah, I'm with you.
Adam, let me know if you see any med packs or anything like that.
Yeah, totally.
Heal up.
Hopefully we can get you a gun, because, yeah, I mean, we don't know how many people are up ahead of us.
Yeah, right now I'm kind of stuck with this fine piece of iron.
Crap. Alright, there's someone out there. Be careful. Let's...
Where? I don't see him.
He's at the corner of the store on the
dude,
road.
that's a Nether. There
yeah,
are two.
another in the store.
Okay, well, regardless, let's try and stick to the fence.
Roger.
I'll run first. You follow right behind me.
Yep, go ahead.
Alright, David, when they go out, we're gonna take the front. Hey guys, there are a bunch of Nether over there. Let's just let them fight for a second, and then let's go kill them after they're weak.
Roger that.
Good plan.
Yeah. Looks like they're fighting up there.
All right, we in position?
Yeah, we're good to go. Oh!
Oh, go!
I just got taken out by a sniper somewhere over there. Get him
All
from
right, I'm
me, guys.
running.
Watch out.
Roof, I'm going for him. You guys cover me.
Yep.
Go.
There's a screamer inside.
Got him. I'm gonna try and flank around the back.
Got that guy.
Snipers. I got him.
Gotta love it. It's
Exciting.
yeah, I can't wait to be that guy running up there and bam bam. Well, at least I hope that's my gun shooting.
All of a sudden, you find out the sniper doesn't have tunnel vision.
I wanted to see what happened next. Dang it.
I know. They did a good job of cutting that video off right there. Now, see me, I would have put in the kill shot, and then I've been like, hell yeah! But yeah, that's where they.
I
chose
thought it
to
was
cut
better
off
that they left it to everybody's imagination with just the.
Anyway, the
gunshot
gameplay can be
rounds.
larger. Okay.
Anyway, the gameplay can be larger.
That was my chat asking some question.
Oh, yeah, okay. So, anyway, yeah, and we saw some things in there too, some inventory systems and stuff like that. And obviously they're talking to each other. I don't know if they're talking over TeamSpeak or if they're using in-game. I don't know. I also noticed that they didn't have any like party indicators.
If it is in game, that's a great codec for an alpha gameplay. You know, like having that good voice in game.
Well, I think that these days there's several companies that are making voice for the games, and their packages you just plug in. And so even whether it's an alpha, I think that the voice part of it would probably already be very polished.
Plus, wasn't voice part of the original Unreal Engine anyways? I thought it was.
I'm not sure.
Yeah, I don't know.
Because if I remember correctly, it was part of the engine. I mean, I could be completely wrong, but it's been a long time since I played Unreal.
Yeah, it's been a long time for me too. Amazing engine though, man.
Yep.
It just looks great. Going to lend itself to first-person shooters so well. Now, Saint, didn't you say that you picked apart one of the videos and that you actually saw what looked like character levels?
Yeah. Basically, I picked apart the inside footage that we received early on, and I did it live on stream too. But basically, if you open up the UI. And I'm sure if you guys saw in the video there was one video that actually you played earlier that once he opened up his menu and looked in the marketplace, in the bottom of the screen, you see XP and levels. And it showed he was about level 49. He had like X amount of XP out of whatever XP for that level was. But from my understanding of what I've researched so far about Nether is they're going to have dynamic events, sort of likened to like Rift and Guild Wars 2. Where if you guys want to take control of a safe zone or something, you're gonna have to group up and actually eradicate that safe zone of all the Nether monsters that are there, and then secure it. And once it's secured, it'll actually become an actual safe zone on the map with NPCs that you can go ahead and talk to.
Okay. Yeah. So.
Now, what's great about that is, one, it instills teamwork amongst the players on the server, but it also creates opportunities for teams to make tactical counterattacks on the people trying to take over the safe zones.
Yeah.
So it creates community, but it also creates bandits in where they'll try and prevent you from generating that safe zone.
What's kind of funny here is the whole safe zone thing, like, which was the first one we saw. Imagine that you get an alert that safe zone's been compromised and all hands on deck are needed to help resecure the safe zone. And it's probably to everybody's advantage to to want to try and help with that, to take it back over again, because the safe zone is a resource for everyone. But can you imagine being up, someplace high as people are coming in and fighting the Nether to try and take it over again, and you're just a sniper taking everybody out?
Why not?
Fish in a barrel.
Well, that's also what's great about urban environments, that I can actually potentially get to that sniper without even be seen. If all these houses or all these buildings are, what they say, enterable.
If you know where they're at.
Exactly.
Well, you could be a sniper in one building, and you're looking down on people, and then there might be a sniper in the building across from you, and you don't see each other, and then one of you fires a shot, and then you're like, oh, wait a second, you look up and you see him in the building across from you, and you just snipe him.
I can totally see that too.
Like, you might think you're safe, and then you take that shot as a sniper, and the guy in the building across from you is like, oh, wait a second, I heard something, and then spots you in that window and shoots you.
Mm-hmm. So I see something very important theme going through the chat here, which is a lot of people that are concerned about the anti-cheat. Mm-hmm. And I'll just say that I'm pretty in tune with all the information that they've released, and they've not been anything said about what the anti-cheat is or anything like that. But I can tell you it is very, very important to them, because when I talked to them, they said it was one of their highest things on their list for not screwing that up. So, yeah, I know they're taking it very seriously, which is
I think
good.
it's better that they don't release what information they have on the anti-cheat.
I think you're right.
Because if they do so, they will try to figure out a way to bypass the system.
Mm-hmm. The less people know, the better.
Yep.
Yeah. So I have to agree. So yeah, it's all just, it's covert ops.
And one thing that's good about the timing of this game, well, not really good, because I'm kind of like putting down another title, but they know exactly what not to do.
Oh, I wouldn't know what game you're talking about. Okay.
They've seen the mistakes.
Mm-hmm.
So they have a lot of experience not to do them again, I would say, per se, because they can see what's done right and what's done wrong.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I mean, I've seen some game companies that have utterly failed, and other game companies have seen it and did the exact same thing, thinking it'll work.
Well, this is true. Mistakes are destined to be repeated. They just take a little bit different form every time. But I don't want to put any other games down. I just want to say that having talked with these guys, having really been able to do some inside Q&A, stuff that was not for the public, I know that I get the feeling that their company is not about bullshit at all, and that all of this is very serious, and that they're very proud of what they've got, and so I expect that that's the way we're going to feel about the game when we're in there.
Now, do we have any questions regarding the gameplay or any elements? I mean,
I got a question.
I've done some research, so I can answer some questions too.
Mm-hmm. Someone in my chat asks if they're going to have like certain particle changes as you encounter certain nethers. Like, what if I sort of notice is that particle change where the nethers are, like fog moves with them?
Then I don't know about particle changes, but I do know they're gonna have different types of nether. That's already confirmed. Where I think the one you see on stream or on the videos right now is a hunter. And basically, when it gets track of your scent or your sound, it will do everything in its power to get to you. And if you think you're safe on top of a 12-story building, it will actually teleport up there and try to get to you. If you see, they phase in and out of the ground. That's like their MO.
Yeah, that's one of the scary things about them, is because you think you're all nestled in a corner up in your high-rise building, if they get wind of you, they could pop in right next to you.
Mm-hmm.
So Slenderman in a more populated and deadly form.
Is there going to be a marketplace like pay to win in this game?
Well, here's what I know. I know that the game will cost something. It won't be free to play, and then there will be you can purchase currency for the game for supplies, but I don't know what those supplies are. I think it's a model very much like Infestation in the regards of being able to buy some certain items.
And there's a global inventory too, right, in this game?
Yes.
Do we know that can it be accessed from anywhere, or is it?
So far, from what I've read, it's going to be accessible from the save zones. This is why you would need the NPCs, because that's how you access your save zone, your global.
Mm-hmm. I want to stress here too that a lot of these things are supposition off of what we've seen, and that you can believe everything you read and hear on the internet. So. So there are some of the things here where if stuff that we're saying here right now changes and becomes different, don't blame the game company, don't blame us. It's just what we're hearing right now and what we've figured out, what we think we've figured out so far. So.
All right. One thing I do want to touch on is that has been announced on PC Gamer is you're gonna have freedom with your servers. There are gonna be private and public servers, and on these private servers, you're gonna have the option of actually turning off the Nether, and they're considering this game mode like the road simulator. It's actually dubbed the road simulator, where you can actually just, if you wanted a full PvP server with no PvE content, you can do that.
Oh, how interesting. I've never thought of doing that with one of these games before. Not the survival games, at least.
No PvE content, you can do that. Oh, how interesting.
Okay. Kevin, you need to have headphones on. So, okay. So, wow. People just dropping in and out left and right.
It's a party up in here. Now, Is this sandboxy? Is it going to be sandboxed? Like, what kind of map and level and stuff like that are we looking at? What kind of map? What's the world like? Does anybody have any information on that stuff?
As far as sandbox goes, I know that that's one of the keywords they're targeting. Which I don't know whether that means it has sandbox elements in it or not. But I know that that is one of the markets they're hoping to appeal to. So
I feel like the term sandbox has been cheapened a little bit from what it really is.
What does it even mean?
Sandbox. Well, I mean, if you think of something like EVE Online, that's a sandbox game. Player politics, player economy, player-driven storyline. Even that's a sandbox. Nothing. All the devs do is introduce new content, update existing content, and add certain items to the market that players can't create, like skill books, for example. But games like Minecraft even is a sandbox game. You can add mods to it that give you that player economy or the player politics or whatever. But a sandbox game, as far as what I'm seeing in the Nether, the sandbox elements of it, well, I mean, we just haven't seen enough of it to actually see whether it is a sandbox or not.
Wikipedia defines sandbox as an application or process that allows you to carry out experiments.
Interesting.
That's
So it's like
actually
Minecraft?
right on point. Like it's up to basically they give you the tools and it's up to the players to make the best of it.
So it's like playing in a sandbox.
Exactly.
Yeah. Add a little water, a bucket, a shovel, and you're good to go.
Well, this game with world events, with strongholds, with all that stuff is somewhat sandbox because it gives you the option to do that or not do it, which will affect the entire server?
But we don't know that yet. We don't know if it's going to affect the entire server, if it's only for a limited time. So I
But
don't
it'll
want.
still affect, like, if you take over that safe zone, it'll affect the safe zone. Let's say it's for half an hour. That safe zone is yours, and players can go in. That's, it's going to affect the server for 30 minutes. And then after, if it goes away and then you got to take it back over, well, that's the decision of the people on the server at that time.
I know there are global events that can take place.
Yes.
Do we know for sure whether or not this is one single server world, or is it divided up into different servers like DayZ?
It's similar to DayZ Infestation, where you have private and public servers.
Gotcha.
One thing I wanted to touch on was the marketplace. It's been confirmed that there will be no guns or special ammo in the marketplace. It will be more convenience items.
Bandages, MREs,
Maybe.
convenience items. What is convenient in a game like
Yeah.
this?
I mean,
Toilet paper.
Toilet.
You
Oh,
need
that would
toilet
be
paper.
convenient. Yes.
I mean, if there was a mechanic in there, I would probably corner the market on toilet paper. I'm just saying.
Wow.
I mean,
yeah.
everybody needs it.
Buy that
You
shit
don't need
by the
toilet
case.
paper.
Okay.
Just
But
your
that's-
left hand.
I mean,
I do fine. I'm just kidding.
Usually,
until that water's missing.
Dang.
I mean, whoever. I mean, okay, so we talk about this being like a survival simulation or whatnot, and who's ever been out in the woods, needing toilet paper, and then get surprised by something while out camping? I could just imagine it. Oh shit, a nether! Oh my. Okay.
I'm very interested to see how they work the different types of monsters into the game. That's one of the things I'm very excited about, is because there's a lot of actual good gameplay elements there that they can use, where make it harder for me to just run up and shoot somebody in the back of the head.
Well, like, if you've seen any survival game that's out currently, the AI is of no resistance. DayZ, Infestation, zombies are just there to be there. Like, if I want to run after someone and shoot them, I can run after them and shoot them and not have to worry about the zombies at all. Where hopefully this game, the Nether, the monsters, the creatures, the demons, whatever you want to call them, I hope they're challenging to the point where I gotta make the decision is, do I risk running over there to kill this guy? Is it going to be worth me running into Nether, etc.? Like that, I want the game to be challenging, not just the other players.
One of the things about this being not a zombie game is zombies are very predictable. Zombies have particular types of movements and everything. And how does a demon move? How does, the Nether, netherworld creatures?
In your dreams.
Yeah. Huh. I wonder if the first night after I play this, if I'm going to have nightmares.
I like it to be to the point where you never know what's around the corner. Whereas, like you said, zombies are predictable and they don't climb stuff and they don't present a challenge. Where demons or monsters or beings or whatever they are,
they can be anything. In fact, you might not even be able to shoot them.
Or you might need a special type of ammunition that's only craftable or something. Who knows, right? Like limitation, there is none. It's whatever you want it to be, it can be.
I have official word that it's projected to be 64 players per server, but stress testing will happen during beta to figure out how high they can raise it for optimal numbers. Yeah.
I think this sort of game, if they can manage to get 128 players on a server, I think that would be awesome.
It would
I honestly think that wouldn't be possible.
Why not?
Because look at the environment already in Alpha. It's a big city. If it was open fields, like that's what helps DayZ and that's what helps WarZ or Infestation, is because there's a lot of open land. so there's not a lot of resources being taken up by the server. You're looking at a full-blown city here where every corner you turn is a building. And it's supposed to be enterable, so that means that building has rooms with loot and all this other stuff going on. It's going to be very taxing on their servers.
Speaking of loot, have you seen all the garbage bags around that need to be checked?
I have a question. Does anyone know, like, I wasn't here for the beginning, sorry. But does anybody know, like, the actual requirements? I know you guys were talking about, how the Unreal Engine will be hard on your computer, but does anyone know the actual requirements for this game yet?
No, usually what happens when they do requirements, it's going to come after beta.
Yeah, they're I'm sure they're testing right now, and and part of having a beta is that they'll be able to get a bunch of people in and really figure that stuff out. I can't. What other games are Unreal 3? That we could compare it to that are out. Because this is an Unreal 3D engine.
I believe Gears of War was made on the Unreal Engine. You can actually probably Google that really fast.
Hey guys, how
I'm actually
big
gonna
do you
Google that
think
myself.
is the map?
What's that?
How big do you think is the map?
Well, if you look on their Facebook page, they're doing a fly-through on their face. They have a video of fly-through on their Facebook page, and it looks pretty good size. It's not the same size as like DayZ or Infestation. It's more like a detailed city. So, yeah, I don't know. I don't know how big they are. You don't want it too big either.
No, but now it's going to come down to, the map doesn't really matter the size. It's going to be more like ghosting or spawn-ins. Do you log out, log in wherever you want? Is there going to be designated spawn areas? That's going to really, really, really come down to PvP, because if I'm allowed to spawn in wherever I want, then that's okay.
Yeah.
But if I spawn in at a certain spot, those spots are going to get camped so hard. They're just going to, camp that and kill people, take their stuff, kill the next person that logs in. So the spawn system is going to be really, really crucial to the success of PvP in this game.
Like Warzy in the beginning.
Yeah. Let's not go there.
I've not seen any information on death or on spawning at all. Although from the videos, I can say that that we're seeing people playing who don't have any good weapons. One guy was just carrying a piece of metal or something like that.
For me, I think it's a kitchen knife, for what I've seen. But I don't know. It looks like a machete, though.
I saw another person with a hatchet and stuff, and one person that looked like they had like a tire iron or something.
Yeah.
I'd like to point out one thing, though. Based on the Unreal Engine, there's a lot of shooters that come out on that engine. A lot of first-person shooters and third-person shooters. So the engine's gonna benefit those of us that like really good gameplay, good gun mechanics, recoil, and all that stuff. And because the engine can satisfy those needs, it's gonna help a lot. I mean, you had Gears of War, you had Borderlands 1 and 2 were also on the Unreal Engine. That's an open world game, per se. Some parts of it are instance. So I think that's gonna help us a lot with getting some good gunplay.
Someone in my chat brought something cool. You know how like in Unreal how it's like really gory? Like you can blow off limbs and stuff. Well, someone's like, he's talking about like maybe they could do something gory in this game. Like is it gonna be gory because they're able to do those kind of things with the Unreal Engine. So that's interesting.
So shotgun blast to the arm doesn't kill you, but removes your arm.
That'd be insane.
That should be awesome.
Wow.
Like, oops, how can I carry my gun now?
Or like kneecap someone, like so they're crawling.
Well,
they could do a lot of things.
I was talking to a game developer the other day, and we were talking about PvP and everything, and I'm like, can I break a person's leg, and then with a club, and then take them out? Because all I need to do is get in there one good shot on their leg and break their leg, and then they can't run after me.
Curb stomp.
Yeah, something like that.
They have that in Gears. I mean, you can rip a guy's head off. You know?
Yeah, but like it comes down to that would be totally like coding and hitbox related.
Mhm.
So that comes down to, are they able to do that properly? Because shooting somebody in the knee, they have to add an additional hitbox to that section and things like that. So I don't know if it would bog down the system or not, having that many hitboxes on one character.
And it is full loot upon death.
It's awesome, like in DayZ, that they can pass out, like, fall down of pain,
I couldn't believe it the first time I played DayZ and I jumped off something and I broke my leg and all I could do was crawl across the road. And as a car drove over me. So,
That's awesome.
well, it was really cool. I mean, DayZ is more of a simulation, and I suspect that this is more arcade. And so I don't know, if that would be, whether or not we'd be able to break legs. But
you know what? As far as this being just a PV or a FPS, I think the world's in need of a simple FPS just like this. I mean, it doesn't have to be deep and meaningful. I mean, Unreal, there was no meaning to Unreal other than going out and pwning some noobs. And it was fun, and you got really good at it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, well, the original ones, Doom, and there was some others. There was some others in there as well, but there was nothing in there, especially when you were playing, PvP mode. It was just other players.
Yep.
Very fast action too, and I liked that.
Yeah, that's kind of one of the reasons I play World of Tanks. That's my fix for first-person shooter most of the time. But now that I think about it, because we've been working on like the building MMO and stuff like that, and we're talking about sandbox games, and like Eve, there's only one server or one cluster of servers that's all in the same universe. I think it would be kind of nice just to have another FPS, a modern FPS that's just that, an FPS. Because I remember playing Unreal 2004 up until I rebuilt my computer in 2010. And that's like forever. I mean, for a game, an Unreal game, I mean, I didn't even bother playing Unreal 3 for like the first 2 or 3 years it came out, because I was still on 2004. And it was just a simple, fun, get in there, kill each other game. And I think this, based on its graphics and play style and the amount of stuff on the map, I think it would do just fine just like that. I really do.
But you see, the thing is, they're saying this is going to be a survival game. You can't have a game that just get in there and kill everybody as a survival game, especially when there's, purchasing convenience items. You can't have it just get in there and kill everybody. There has to be a way to survive. Those games are great, but if it's a survivor game, you need to have a certain survival aspect to the game.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is, based on what I have seen so far, even if they don't have a survival aspect in it, it looks like a fun game to play. I mean, this is the first time I've seriously looked at it, and it just looks fun.
I think there is survival stuff with this. I don't know what the life expectancy is of a player, how long, but definitely threats from every corner.
Yeah.
I think they should add more character customization and more character skins and stuff, because the video that the group of guys captured the safe zone, all of them looked the same, and even one of his friends got shot by the video maker,
Right. The graphics are, in game development, one of the very last things put in. you get all the gameplay, you make sure that that's all working. Your mechanics, your GUI interface, and then you start working on choice and other nice things. And I don't know why gameplay development works that way, but it does. And so I expect that by the time alpha is out, that there'll probably be at least a few skins to choose from, and that by the time it's in full release, there'll probably be a lot of customization in there. Although I don't know, maybe you'll be able to build your own character.
That should be nice.
A character creation module, kind of like we do in
Like
the
in
MMOs.
Minecraft.
Marky, did you see the GameSpot video for Nether?
I don't know.
Do you want me to link it to you?
Uh,
I don't know if.
I think that's the video we watched.
Oh, was it?
Yeah,
In the
where they're doing the devices, where they're repairing the devices.
I know they were looting in the beginning. They were like in a store and like looting some things. Did you guys see that?
So,
Yep.
since
The same one.
we're talking about customization and things like that, I do not want to see a clan chevron above somebody's head when they're in party with each other. I would like to see maybe a shirt or an emblem or bandana or something like that when you're in a clan or a guild, whatever you want to call it.
Bandana.
We saw that actually in the PvP video. The guy shot the other guy.
Mm-hmm.
He shot one of his own
Exactly.
team on accident.
But that's what I'm saying. If clans or guilds, whatever, have a certain, I wouldn't say uniform, but an emblem or something that you have on the character instead of having the chevron floating on top of their head.
Yeah,
Because
I concur.
in real life, if you're in the army, there's friendly fire. There's no chevron on top of somebody's head saying, "Hey, I'm part of your team." So I would like to see that aspect implemented into this game where, yes, there are things that will identify the team that you're with, but it's not like blatant this thing floating over my head saying, "I'm your buddy." I think it would add a certain aspect to the game that would make it a lot more challenging.
Well, okay, so in real life, when you're working with a team, they do have similar uniforms or whatnot, in combat. And there is friendly fire problems. Hell,
Wait,
we have
what's real
friendly
life?
fire. We have friendly fire problems even in like infestation, where you don't see the chevron right over their head.
Yeah.
Sometimes you're just too close.
Or just probably half of your gun is in him and you just accidentally shoot and kill him.
Yeah, I think that a clothing type thing would be good. We can all wear Marquee Dragon capes on the Marquee Dragon team. Do you think that would cause any attention? Bright red with a big dragon on the back.
It's
Fresh
called a
meat.
target.
Oh, yeah. You guys ever see that Far Side cartoon with the two bears standing there? One of them has a target on his chest, and he's like, "Bummer of a birthmark, Hal." So, yeah. You would need whatever it is to be kind of muted. That you can recognize your people based on uniform, but it's still a military uniform or something like that, which offers you a bit of camouflage.
Hell no, I'm going with like a jean jacket with like a skull emblem on the back.
Oh, so you want to be more renegade, like motorcycle crew, motorcycle
Street gang, yo.
Give me a banana hammock and a fireman helmet. I'm good to
That
go.
makes sense.
Wait, that's not a uniform.
That's my uniform.
That's
I want it to be like rags though.
That's
like,
exactly what I'm talking about, baby.
I feel like if you're surviving though, you got to be like in rags and stuff because nobody's gonna be rocking all this stuff. You know what I mean in real life.
Mm-hmm.
Isn't like what I mean? You're not gonna see someone rocking a bandana like on a motorcycle.
Well, I mean, I think I agree with you, Brett. I do.
Well, as far as I saw the map on the videos, there's not much to ride a car on because everything's like nuked and stuff. The buildings are destroyed, the streets are full with stuff, and probably riding a car in a zombie apocalypse or whatever is it, it's not a good idea. I mean, those can teleport and group up really fast. Like that guy went to machete one of the zombies, and there were suddenly 9 of them.
Jeez. Yeah, they're bad. Very bad.
Yeah, they're.
I don't know about you guys, but I'm getting tired of zombies.
You know,
Let's aliens.
Thank you.
I just want to throw that out there. I mean, they're very, like you said, predictable, and I see this bringing a lot more gameplay elements into it because of it's not being zombies. The developer can come up with some crazy shit.
Left 4 Dead, Killing Floor, those 2 games, or at least those are the 2 games that I know of personally, really brought out the zombie genre, and suddenly game developers realized, wow, people really like killing zombies. And now we have 50 billion and a half zombie games.
Things go in cycles. You know, it
That's
used
The
to
Walking
be.
Dead.
It used to be. And it used to be. You know, vampires were the really popular thing, and then zombies and it'll come back around. You know, next it'll be aliens again. We'll be back in the 70s.
Yeah, what I would like to see is if the devs or community manager or whatever has access to spawn world events. I think you're fighting 2 clans. You're 6-7 guys against 6-7 guys. You're battling it out, and then all of a sudden this giant nether monster creature, whatever, just spawns right by you guys. And it's like, either you guys stop your fighting and kill this thing, or both squads are getting wiped out. I think that would be rather interesting.
Oh, so we have to go for so people who are fighting against each other all of a sudden have to work together, otherwise everybody gets wiped out?
Exactly. And then it's like, okay,
That's cool.
positioning around this giant creature, and then, okay, now you're thinking, okay, guys, this thing's almost dead.
Start backing off, start getting ready to hide again?
Yeah, exactly. I think that would
Oh my
bring
God.
such an amazing aspect to the game. It's to see, man. It's to see what,
I know what this is. This is Ghostbusters. We need a giant marshmallow man to come running through town. That's kind of what it is.
I do want to hit on something though here that we have confirmed. Upon death, you lose full loot, just like any other game. But you do not lose your XP or the traits or skill points or whatever they want to call them upon death. What do you guys think about that?
I think that's perfectly fine. I don't think this should be easy.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's good that you lose your loot.
I think it's
The
good
question
that I
is-
can pick up your
Most
loot.
definitely.
The question is the spawn systems. Is it do you spawn in near when you die? Like, how's it gonna be? You know what I mean? Like, if you died, I don't know. I just don't. I don't know enough about the game to know how you're gonna get back to your loot or etc.
I think these are things that, as time goes on, we'll learn more and more about. But I definitely think losing gear in a game like this is rather important, because if you don't lose gear, then it's just
not
gonna be
survival
like,
anymore.
well, it's not survival. It's not only that. It's like, might as well just give everybody the option to load out with the best gun.
Right.
That's not necessarily the case. If you made it more like a like I'm thinking of a Diablo-esque kind of style. I mean, in Diablo, you're facing hordes and hordes and hordes of enemies, but you never lose gear. I actually don't play Diablo, so you'll have to correct me if I'm wrong. But you don't actually lose your gear. You might get durability decrease on gear. But, I don't know how that would work in a game like this. But if you get like a really awesome, quote-unquote, blue or purple colored gun, like legendary, whatever, you get to keep it. But if you die, it loses a ton of durability, and if durability hits 0, then the item is lost.
But then the thing with that, right, is, let's say, for example, sniper spawns are really, really rare. Once you get that sniper, then it's like, I don't care if people find me. I don't care if people kill me. I'm always going to have my sniper. I can repair it. It doesn't matter. Then you don't have that whole fear of, man, I really got to be careful with my sniper because I don't want to lose it. If you don't have that fear, then you're just like, okay, whatever. Then it becomes just, a regular shooter, and it doesn't matter.
There is item degradation. One of the videos I saw does talk about doing repairs. I don't know. Maybe you have to have some skills in that or something.
How about I throw this out there just for the sake of argument? Do you think the reason why we're seeing a lot of hackers, and I'm going to use infestation because it's the same kind of genre, is because there's such a market out there for selling guns, and if we got rid of a global GI or a global inventory altogether, it would kind of deter hackers from even bothering?
Mm-hmm.
I agree with that point, and I've always said infestation should have a limited number of slots in a GI.
I even posted that, and I rid of my inventory. Then I realized how screwed I am, because when I, go on a PvP, kill a bunch of guys, then respawn, they just buy their respawn back, get their gun, get the gear, and just come again and kill me. Again and again and again until I die or until I kill them again. Whatever happens.
All right, I'm going to stop that conversation right there. We're just about out of time. And but I want to say that I have confirmed something about vehicles. And we talked about cars, whatnot, and they say that vehicles are possible, including things like helicopters, but that it's something that is going to be left up to the community as to whether or not that would be good for gameplay. And so I think that they are going to be coming to the public, to the players a bit, asking questions like that. And, I think it'd be really cool to have a helicopter, something like that. But at the same time, I don't want to diminish gameplay or the fun. Because it might be fun for that person in a helicopter, and it might be horrible for everybody else. That wouldn't be any good. So, you'll be like Dakota, who's awesome with his sniper rifle, and he'll just be shooting down the helicopters with a sniper.
Oh, yeah. Give me that chance. I think it'd be cool being in a helicopter. That'd be interesting.
It would be interesting.
But it definitely would be overpowered. You know what I mean?
Well, maybe. You really can't get a good shot from...
Well, rocket launchers. Just saying.
Well, if you look at this, the way the map is, a helicopter would only give you a minimal advantage because of the sheer density of the buildings.
Yes, and so you land on a rooftop or something like that, but at the same point, if you tried to get down in lower, think of all the snipers hitting you, everybody hitting you as you come down in between buildings.
I think vehicles will depend on the size of the map. Because if the map's small and it's like 20 square blocks, then you don't really need a helicopter.
No.
But if the map is massive, then there might be some interest in getting those helicopters and vehicles in the game.
I know one of the focuses that I've heard is that this isn't open landscapes. Of course, that can change if in any time, but what they've said so far is that really this is a different experience. This isn't something where it's open landscapes and everything. This is a city combat environment, and so depending on how big those cities are, I don't know. But anyway, okay. Well, we are pretty much out of time for this episode, and so I want to thank all you guys for coming. And, you guys who are watching live on Twitch, Dakota, Brian, who's known as Deseret, Saint, Yeti Nation, these guys are all, they are all on the stream team and will be having the game on their streams. So do make sure you follow them. Follow me too, please. I'm going to be playing too. And
I'm gonna be hunting you. No, I'm just kidding.
Oh, dude, and I'm gonna be hunting you right back, even if you're kidding. Because that's just how I roll. You're either on my team or not.
I like that.
So
you are either for me.
Oh God, I found the gun. Killed by Dakotas.
So Anyway, yeah, do follow us, and you guys feel free to post in chat right now a link to you, or just say something so people can click your name and follow. And as soon as we have access to the game, you better believe we'll be in it. So thank you again, everybody, for coming. And those of you watching live, don't go anywhere. Infestation Roundtable is coming up next in just a few minutes, and everybody on YouTube, you just have to wait for the next episode later. Thank you, everybody.